When and how did the township of Korumburra start?
The township, well, it was declared a township in 1887 actually, and prior to that Korumburra virtually didn't exist because there was no roads or railway into the town at all. The railway didn't come till the 1890s, and there was very limited access to this area.
What was life like for the early settlers in Korumburra?
The early settlers had a very hard life. They came into the forests, which the whole area was covered in mainly forest trees, very high trees, up to 200 or 300 feet, and they had to select a little bit of land and clear that land so that they could make a living off the land. And their life was very hard, and they had no facilities or local shops or anything like that. All their goods and things had to be brought in by pack horse.
What were the main industries in Korumburra in the early 1900s?
The early 1900s, probably the 1890s to early 1900s, saw the development of the coal mines, and around the 1890s the coal mines came to Korumburra, and that was virtually a boom industry for the area. There was nothing much here apart from a little bit of agriculture, and the coal mines certainly opened up the whole area, Korumburra, and then they extended to Jumbunna mines and Outram mines. And the coal mines were the heartbeat of the country at that stage. Once the railway came through in 1890, they were able to transport the coal back to Melbourne, and that was a big boom to the local economy and to the local government, because prior to that they had to bring all the coal from New South Wales by ship, and there was no coal being produced in Victoria of any significance, and this was the biggest coal field that they had opened up, and it was a great boom for industry and for all the rail services where they used the coal in the steam trains and that sort of thing. But the main industry in those days was the coal industry, and saw the beginning of the agricultural industry, mainly the dairy industry. That was when the dairy started to catch on and the farms were developed.
How had the community of Korumburra grown by the 1950s?
The community had grown to a population of about 3,000 people, and it was seeing the end of the coal mining industry. The coal mining industry had virtually finished at that stage because the local coal mines had been closed down, and the Wonthaggi coal mines had started up, and the main production was from the state coal mines in the Wonthaggi area. But the main support for the area was the agriculture and dairy industry, and that gave a very good living to the local people for the dairy products and butter. They were exporting butter all over the world and that sort of thing, so it was quite a thriving town. And in fact, in the 1950s, the Korumburra Butter Factory was the biggest or largest butter factory under one roof in the southern hemisphere, they claim. So it was quite a boomed area for the town and the area.